This week on Show Me Your News, Japanese pre-order materials give support to the box theory. Who could the Square-Enix character possibly be in the MAILTIME segment? And Saffron City rounds out the 17th week of Smash Blog updates. Masahiro Sakurai, I implore you to... Show me your news! Greetings, Smash fans, and welcome back to Show Me Your News Ultimate, your weekly weekend podcasting source recapping the biggest news in anticipation of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. My name is Peter Spezia, but you may remember me as Youko. Joining me this week, it's Miles Allen, but you may know him as Super.
I'm wearing Smash pajamas.
What? I'm totally jealous.
Dude, yeah, I like them. I just see sometimes when you're walking through some places or clicking through stores and you're like, mostly it comes from Facebook because like it shows you all your friends what they're buying. And, you know, they prey on you with those ads.
Of course they do.
But sometimes they hit you in the right spot.
Does the Smash cross go like right over your junk?
No.
It's like,
no, it does not. But sometimes it does get the Smash Ball.
Hey. Well, Tony, unfortunately, is not here this week. Woke up in a bad way, so he's resting up. So get well soon, Tony. We miss you.
Be sick.
Yeah. You can listen to these shows live, though, over on our Discord channel, over at showmeyournews.com/Discord. Let's see. Next week is our possible excursion out to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the Smash Brothers College Tour makes its next trip for the college football tailgate. So when Michigan plays Wisconsin out there at the University of Michigan, we might be getting a chance at Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But, you know, it depends if you're still up for going. I don't know.
Yeah, I might not be. This falls on the same weekend as one of the few tournaments a year that I look supremely forward to. And which is sad considering like the first one I didn't hear about and I was like, oh man, cool. And they did another one and my work scheduled me for that day, even though I asked for it off. And I finally was able to make the third one and it was just as glorious a tournament as I was hoping. There is something really special about entering just kind of like a really chill small house tournament. But there's like 40 or 50 people there filling every corner of a house with CRTs and just like you hear the controllers clacking and the people who own the house is the husband and wife and their 4 daughters and they're huge gamers and the wife enters the tournaments too. They're a big Smash family. So I'm like, Smash Ultimate demo or a super hype tournament?
Leave your vote in the chat on Discord. What should Super do?
What do I do? Do I go and enjoy myself or do I go and enjoy myself?
Yeah, I guess that's really the question. Though we're not at Big House this week. No. It makes us think, you know, 4 years ago was when Smash Brothers for 3DS came out. And we met up at Big House then. Well, it was 4 that year. And we played then, and that was a real good time. But it's just like, wow, we're already on 4 years since Smash 3DS. That's crazy. And now they have the Ultimate Demo. Surprise! It's suddenly there, but you had to register to get tickets to the tournament, so you can't just show up now.
I believe they're still at the door simply because there's the fact that the Nintendo Ultimate Demo is there. So you can get the spectator pass for $30, but you're still paying $30 to go wait in a 4-hour line because, like, it's not like other places like the college, you know, freaking tour where, you know, you're going to have football players going to go watch the football game. This is a couple thousand Smash players, and here's the new Smash game you can try.
It's going to be massive.
How do you think that line's going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, as opposed to like a tailgate for a sporting event, where most people there are there for the event, and not like, oh, what's this Nintendo truck? Like, that'd be crazy.
Dude, I remember Smash.
Oh yeah, on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, no, except for everyone who's in college right now does not remember the Nintendo 64.
Wow.
They remember Brawl.
Wow. Gosh, you're right. They don't even remember tragedies like September 11th. That's awful.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Oh, God. Well, as we continue to feel old, let's really just jump into a quick Rumor Central this week. Rumor Central. So we're getting pretty close to maybe what might be an eventual Smash Brothers Direct, could be the final one. Rumors certainly circulating about that as the 4chan text leaks continue to run rampant, but we're seeing more and more evidence that we're getting close to that final launch roster, and it just might be indeed going back to that box theory, because over in Japan, a pre-order card has appeared. And if we look at the weird design, first of all, and how it's something that folds in on itself and then, is put on those retail sort of hangers. But we open it up and we see it's like 6 rows of 12. Well, mostly 5 rows of 12 and then a 6th row of 10 characters. So 70 little icons. And sure enough, they are in website order. No, box theory where it's in 9 and it's wrapping around, sort of the sides of the box.
Everyone is here.
Everyone is literally there, except there are indeed 2 blank spaces. I mean, not even just blank spaces, but space for 2, one on each end on that last row. So it's symmetrical when you look at a vertical split, so that left and right are symmetrical. It looks pleasing on a graphic design front. But yeah, sure enough, a space before Ryu and a space after Isabelle. Now, unlike the box theory, this does not hint necessarily at characters in orders and all this stuff. It's literally just a matter of making it symmetrical and visually pleasing. But once again, it would suggest that there are only 2 more characters left to be revealed in this launch roster.
Although, if you look at the blank space, the only space to the left of it would be for Ken.
And that would be only if, the Echo would come before the main fighter, which, that's not the trend for anything else. But yeah, it does kind of fit a little oddly enough. So, of course, the predominant theory going around, if you're just joining us, is that we only have Ken as an Echo for Ryu and Incineroar from Generation 7 Sun and Moon of Pokemon left in this launch roster. There's discussion of, what DLC could bring. I think even Vergaben had a post recently where he was just talking about how, pretty sure the Square-Enix thing is going to be DLC, but they're really keeping things on lock and key. They're giving misinformation to try to weed out any possible leakers, and especially because they're working with Nintendo, it's really tight, and they're trying to really not have it get out. So you can't expect DLC to be a thing, but I mean, let's just expect that 2 more characters are coming in the launch roster.
I do like there's like a little other things you can kind of take away from this is that, like, yes, this is going to be a 16 gigabyte game.
Yep.
And I like how it's, for some reason, it still allows for 1 to 8 players when playing with single Joy-Cons when just using the Switch screen.
So yeah, just know that this card is looking pretty legit. They have a little Ness amiibo there in the picture. We'll put that in our show notes in case you want to see how that looks, but it's looking pretty legit there. Also, the Japanese character video playlist was updated earlier this week. I think it was on September 30th. Like, it was a couple days ago. Yeah, something like that. So the last time that happened, the Isabelle trailer landed several days, like maybe even like 10 days after the fact. It's just a sign that they are preparing for more news. And so people are wondering, is that Smash Brothers Direct going to come sooner as opposed to later?
I honestly think it's going to be later. I would like to see it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, the hype train makes you want to go, yeah, I want it right now.
Right.
Tell me now. But on the reverse end, the part of my brain that isn't ruled by a lizard tells me it would make much more sense to make sure that the hype is at its highest right before Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get your Black Friday deals, especially following when they drop the Smash Switch dock.
Right. And the bundle that's on November 2nd. And just, think about it. I mean, from when we're recording today, we're like 2 months away still. It's still a little ways away. We've definitely passed that halfway point a while ago, but there's still some time left to go. And it's going to be that balance of, Sakurai doesn't want things to leak out and get spoiled, which, some of the promotional material is sure tried to do a good job of that. But he may just want to pull that trigger early and then maybe a couple weeks before launch say, hey, don't worry, DLC's coming. I know I said, Ultimate, like this is the Ultimate Edition, but we may have an Ultimate Edition later down the line with all those DLC.
Ultimater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be a terrible title. Super Smash Brothers Ultimater. Mm.
Yeah. Just thinking about that the Switch bundle with the Smash dock. The dock itself looks really cool, but man, I still have to look back at that awful looking Joy-Con.
They could have done so much better with it.
Like my biggest issue with it isn't the fact that the right Joy-Con just has this weird line through it. It's the fact that the color scheme does not fit with the dock. So even when your Switch is in dock mode and the Smash Joy-Cons are connected to the Switch console itself, it's not going to look right.
Yeah, they couldn't even bother have changed from that default gray.
Yeah. They needed to darken the gray up to match the dock and the nice, cool 12 fighter roster colors.
Mm-hmm.
Just a big missed opportunity. Not what I would expect from Nintendo of old days, who did like 700 colors for them.
Right. Yeah.
Man,
no,
N64
sure.
was a time, man.
Dude, if they did somehow the purple, like the GameCube sort of purple Joy-Cons, then with that cross in there, something. That'd be cool.
I've seen some cool mods that do stuff like that, but man, just really feeling not pushing the envelope as much as they used to.
They had the special colors for Splatoon 2. It's still neat to see those in the stores. I mean, those people will also get the red Joy-Cons for Mario Odyssey.
Yep, I've got both of them.
Yeah, I mean, they look really nice. I mean, at least, the Pikachu and Eevee ones, those are creative. Hori goes out of their way to make unique ones where it's the full D-pad on the left, and then they give it their own flavor for a third-party Joy-Con. I would have expected more from that. No, that's an interesting point. It's been a really slow week in Smash Brothers news. Other than that, I mean, it's a pre-order card and a YouTube playlist getting updated.
And Costco.
Oh, and Costco.
Costco will be $49.99 if you use the item number, the hashtag, or is it # in this case? 128056. Check your local store, and you can get your game for $10 less.
Well, there you go. For members of the Costco wholesale big box sort of market in the United States, that'd be just for you.
Also, they have killer muffins.
They do. I could sing Costco's praises, but it would really fall on so many deaf ears.
I mean, Costco's kind of just as much around as Sam's Club, I imagine. So most people know what it is. In
England or anywhere else, I don't even think they have that sort of thing, though. The big box buy it in bulk store. It's such an American thing. Here, I'm going to buy 144 eggs at one time. DVD Smith says they have Costco's in the United Kingdom. Okay. I'm glad to hear that one aspect of our large Americanness has infiltrated over there. I'm glad to hear that.
They're hot dogs.
The hot dogs. I mean, the pizza is one other thing that is just unique to Costco.
Actually, there's a place in Sam's Club that has pretty good pizza.
I mean, but if you're talking about random hot dogs, like the Home Depot hot dog, there's something down and dirty about the Home Depot hot dog.
I don't know about the Home Depot hot dog. That's not the truth out here.
Well, I think, so if you're a Costco member, sure. And if you're not, Amazon Prime or, somehow you still have your Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked membership like I do until May, somehow, get on that to get Smash Brothers for a little bit cheaper if that applies. But let's get to the crux of the Smash Brothers news this week. It's the Smash Blog updates. Let's start on Sunday, September 30th. Today's item, Kapp'n Assist Trophy. When Kapp'n takes the stage, he hops on a bus and drives around the stage. Careful, when he hits a fighter, he'll carry them off of the stage in his bus! Double exclamation point!
Yeah, that was a little bit off. Okay, I'll be down for it.
The biggest question has been answered with this item. And, we saw it during the direct. I mean, Kapp'n was on Bridge of Eldon, and, sure enough, he drives off on the bridge there. Oh, interesting. The blog does not have the picture to which I am referring.
No, it does not.
God damn it. Is it Facebook then?
I'd imagine it's gotta be Facebook.
It's gotta be on Facebook.
Because honestly, the Facebook has had stuff that the website doesn't have.
It really does. Yeah. The Facebook does. I saw it. I saw it this week. Where the hell is that picture? There was a picture earlier this week, and it must have snuck there on the Facebook post or Twitter. I almost maybe even thought I saw it on the blog. It seems to have disappeared. Maybe you'll find it in some sort of Reddit thread archives. I'm sure someone has downloaded it. The key point is that the biggest question about Kapp'n was that, he's just going to drive on walk-offs. What'll he do if he's on Battlefield? What'll he do if he's on, some stage that does not extend all the way to the edge?
It turns into the Fortnite bus.
It's a goddamn, rocket to the moon. It's the magic school bus, ladies and gentlemen. Kapp'n is Miss Frizzle, even though he looks closer to Liz. And the bus, gains, flying powers. It's amazing, and I'm honestly shocked that it's been taken down for whatever reason.
I didn't see this legendary picture.
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see the Magic School Bus.
Oh.
There it is.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
there you go.
I've seen this picture.
Yeah, right? It was out there earlier this week.
Yeah, no, this was definitely out there earlier this week.
Yeah, so why was it taken down? There's a mystery afoot.
Yeah, no, this is weird. This picture was definitely on there. Is it because Donkey Kong is clipping through the bus?
It's a bug. We can't show that. Or heaven forbid, brand new information. We can't have people speculate about that.
We're speculating about the bus?
Of all things, one assist trophy. Well, good. I'm glad someone else has seen it and backs it up. But oh man, that's peculiar. Honestly, though, it's a great assist trophy. I'm glad it's in here. Kapp'n is excellent from the Animal Crossing series, and it's good to know that his bus gains superpowers when he ascends from what is not a walk-off anymore.
Of course, when I found the bus size fit image, someone had to say, when Zelda is not there to create a magical road for the bus to drive on, Alfonso takes charge.
God bless that person. I'm looking on the Facebook post, and one of the top ones, it says, "Where is Waluigi as a player?"
And everyone else is just cruising on down Main Street.
There we go. Thank you to Grimace the Menace for putting that in our Discord chat. That bus takes off, man. And
of course, the greatest. Yo, where the fuck is my Uber driver taking me? No, the reason why the Smash blog isn't working right is because for some reason they renamed the pictures and broke the link. So it just removes the picture from the blog post. It might reappear later, but apparently the picture with the bus was known as Kapp'n 4. So originally I guess there was supposed to be 4 pictures, but maybe because one of the pictures had an unannounced character in it, I'm guessing, it was not included with this update. So they're like, oh, well, we should probably clean this up. So they changed this one down to, Kapp'n 3 and didn't fix the actual call for the website. Maybe because things got pushed back a week because the Smash Brothers Direct is coming on the 8th. It'll be the 2-month. No, I'm not going to bring that back up again. You're not all the way off? No, it's stupid, though. Well, no, just the 2-month thing and going off of, the Smash Switch dock bundle. That would be an all right time for it to drop. Because they probably are going to drop it before the dock drops. Sure. Anyway, very interesting to point out. That was a good assist trophy to start the week. Let's go to Monday, October 1st. Number 16, today's fighter, Sheik.
Now Sheik joins the battle wearing the Sheikah costume from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Keep the pressure on your opponent by using his speedy dash to quickly close in on or get away from your opponent. Interns, what are you doing?
Okay, this was on everything.
Guys.
Everything Sheik related on Super Smash Brothers always claims he in Ultimate. That's on every language, even in Japanese. Everything says his.
It's weird though. Don't they know?
Does seem like Sheik has less back and rack. And more appropriately, I don't know what this is, but in the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time manga, the official one that was released, no, Zelda literally uses magic to turn into a male for the Sheik form. So Sheik form is canon more or less, in the only officially licensed thing that even mentioned it. No, Sheik is male.
Fair enough.
However, Twilight Princess Sheik, I guess, considered it was female.
Right.
Sheik is male.
Guess so. Yeah, I guess it never clicked to me that, like, oh yeah, this is the Breath of the Wild costume. Like, I just thought it would have been like, okay, an up-resed version of whatever Ocarina of Time was going to be. I mean, I don't see the need to put Sheik in the Sheikah costume. The Breath of the Wild specific one, though, I mean.
But man, looks tight, though.
Sheik looks good. Sheik is probably going to be still very good in this game. I don't see a reason why Sheik would not be like a high-level character in this game.
Well, one of the things I've seen is when Sheik throws the needles in the video, it hits Captain Falcon, but only, like, no matter how many needles hit Captain Falcon, he only takes the hit leg for the first one. It doesn't seem like it's going to be multiple needles have multiple hitboxes this time around. It's just going to probably be more of a damage dealer. Then that's an important thing to note. This might be a much better thing for Sheik's needles in the long run, but it's going to cover less room competitively, especially using an aerial. Other things to note are Sheik can now go straight down with her up B one grounded.
Yep.
His up B. That's going to be hard to do. And if you didn't know, it's actually extremely difficult to go nowhere with Sheik's up B, especially when grounded, because if you hold down, you just go straight forward. So it is interesting to note that, hey, you can do a 0-point vanish.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Other thing is to note is that this trailer is also as boring as Lucario's.
Yeah, nothing too straightforward. Crap. Oh, I do want to point out something that we apparently got wrong last week, as pointed out in our Discord, with Lucina and the up B. Some people think it was a short hop up air. Entirely possible. If we see more Lucina footage, it'd be better to see. But let's point out there we may have been wrong. Our apologies if so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really could be a short hop up air. I'm obviously going to go check it myself because I remember that short hops are done a little differently.
Mm-hmm. But you can like press two buttons at the same time to automatically like get that spit out. So it may look different than what we're used to in a Smash game.
Right. That is an up air, yes.
Okay. Yeah, our bad. We're just speculating. That's okay.
That's unfortunate. I really like the idea of a Dolphin Smash.
Yeah.
But that is definitely a short hop up air now that I remember that. Oh yeah, it's so much easier. You just hit the buttons at the same time. We
didn't mention on the show last week, but you said you're like, oh, I'm feeling a little loopy, so I may have some hot takes. Sure enough.
It's true. I was really in another zone.
Look at this alternate costume for Sheik on the screenshot on her fighter page. The green kind of looks a little weird, like more green than we're normally used to seeing on Sheik, which it's a good thing for team play, but it just looks different. It looks off.
Yeah, no, it is definitely another Sheik, like a different greener Sheik. However, as someone who played around a lot with the dye for the Sheikah costume before settling on as pink as I can, because stealth and pink go together.
Yeah, of course.
That is, in fact, the green dye of the Sheikah costume.
Okay. Well, look at Sakurai being all accurate. Good for him. It just looks a little different, certainly.
Yeah, because it doesn't look great in yeah. It doesn't look great in Breath of the Wild. I don't like what they chose for the color schemes on those. But here in Ultimate on Sheik, it's not bad. I will have to say that it's not a bad color. It does look weird to have a green Sheik in space.
Can we also get just like a full gallery of Sheik posing with different Pokemon? Whether it's with Goldeen on, the Animal Crossing stage, or posing with Ivysaur like that. Just need every Pokemon. Yeah, we get it. Like, Sheik is flexible, can do different poses. I mean, the fire one's pretty cool, not gonna lie. But just need posing with every Pokemon. That Wii Fit Trainer one, though, it's just like, you're kicking my butt. Certainly things to think about there. Let's get to the music update this week on Tuesday, October 2nd. Today's music, you can now listen to Afternoon on the Island from Tomodachi Life. Does it remind you of carefree island life? Or the various confessions of love you received there? Enjoy Masafumi Takada's arrangement. Let's listen to that excerpt.
Seriously? Tomodachi Life?
Yeah.
You throw that one back at us?
Yeah.
The fact that it has its own icon?
It has its own icon because of the stage.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, I was so not ready. Alright.
It's a house.
It's a house. But yeah, no, I've definitely heard this song quite a few times. And I've never even played Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, this is a very Tomodachi Life song. I think it'll fit for the stage nicely. I think it's more interesting that it's Masafumi Takada on the arrangement. For those that don't know, he is behind primarily the Danganronpa soundtrack, the series of games there. I think he's also done, Killer 7, God Hand, games like that. It's a very different kind of style of arrangement compared to what he's known for. Like, he has these kind of, pounding sort of driving bass lines and like this kind of almost like electronic sort of sounding theme. But
to be fair, I definitely feel him in this work. So,
but still the instrument selection on this one, yeah, it makes it more upbeat. It's smashified as we've been saying. But like, they could have really cranked this up if he really wanted to put his stamp on it. I think he just wanted to maybe modernize it with a more modern sort of, I was going to say moveset, but instrumentation.
You're right, but on the same token, if he did go and make his stamp on it, I don't think it would have fit the stage.
Correct, but I still would have liked to hear it.
Oh yeah, I would have liked to see someone like him unleashed, because I mean, the guy worked on Killer 7 and God Hand, so you want to see this guy be unleashed. But reined in for Smash maybe would have been this is probably the superior product for fitting in with the Smash universe. Which, I mean, we had that whole thing from Sakurai before.
Mm-hmm. Or at least, this is probably going to be in that other section, isn't it? I was going to say, have this one be the one that has to be on this stage, but then, have another remix that really have him crank it up and then have that be in the other. But God, this is going to be on that other list, isn't it? Wow. Very interesting to consider. Yeah, I like it. It's among kind of like the mid-tier, I think, of songs that we've received, because I mean, Tomodachi Life doesn't have the most standout soundtrack, but it's catchy enough tunes for sure. But yeah, we've had better. Yeah, F-Zero or things like that.
Same rank as that Bath Time song.
Yeah, sure. I think for songs that we know exist already, I think that's a good comparison. I think it's, in a way, not to say that it's one that's a kind of other sort of song, but like the Noisy Notebook, it's, you know, as far as ones that are on the blog, it's kind of similar on that level.
No, because Noisy Notebook sucks.
Okay, this is better than that, but like...
It's better than the Yoshi.
It is better than the Yoshi. You're right about
it's
that.
It's definitely better than Gear Up for Anxiety. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough.
Also on October 2nd, that Tuesday, today's stage, Saffron City, the city you'll love to visit. Stage based on Saffron City from Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. Pokemon appear from the doorway of the building at the center of the stage. Watch out for when Electrode appears.
Strange one to look out for.
He go boom.
Yeah.
But it really, you know, on this update, you know, Sakurai talked about in the Smash Brothers Direct how, like, you know, we're trying to build these stages from scratch and, you know, kind of give them a more modern look. But these ones, we kind of keep that retro feel. And when you really see the comparison of the sort of high poly, well, you know, it's hard to say with Rosaline and Luma getting hit as they are, but the pixelization on Venusaur really shows you how far we've come.
I don't know if I should say it, but on Illegal Party Game Mod, they have a HD version of Saffron City. And man, when you have that...
And then you go back to this...
When you go back to this and you know that this so much better version exists, this is really more of a heartbreaker. And I love that Saffron City is here. I love that it's like you can tell that they've put some thought into this. But man, I just don't think enough thought was put into it.
But like it's bringing that retro feel. It's the simple polygons. There is the simplicity to it.
I'm going to go actually that is actually far more of an uncanny valley. Because it's not the 64 stage.
Right.
It's recreated to be like the 64 stage. And you can tell that it's not the 64 stage. Like, you're looking at it and you're like, this is what I'd expect a leak for Brawl Saffron City to look like.
Sure, I'll give you that.
So, from what I'm seeing here, this is honestly the fakest real screenshot I've seen.
Okay, all right. No, I think that's a fine take. Granted, I'm going to be excited to play on it again, especially with these, you know, updated modeled characters. But I'll give you that you could have had anyone work this up because of its, you know, simpler graphics. And to say that it's real, it's like, okay. Do keep an eye on, though, for when this game launches, the wording on the side of the building. We have the wider screenshot here, and it must have been taken from the Japanese version, SYLPH, at least in the American English version of Pokemon Red and Blue. It's SILPH for Sylph Company. So whether that's just going to stay there on all versions of the game, or they're just basically copying and pasting the image link for the Japanese. And there's the gotta catch 'em all. That's a good point in the banner here. That's I almost didn't notice that. Yeah, the American or at least English motto, you know, making its way to then the Japanese screenshot. So, as opposed to Pokemon Geto Daze.
Look at the render on the Thirds update. That render is very off-putting when you look at the fingers.
Yeah, let's get to the third there. Let's talk about today's fighter, number 7, Fox. So we got Fox and Sheik this week. Is it like Melee high tier week or something? I don't know. He can overwhelm his opponents with his quick movements, and his specials don't leave him open for counterattacks. His costume and voice have been redone to match his appearance in Star Fox Zero. This Fox is brand new. Come on!
Is he now?
I don't know if this Fox is brand new, but...
they know.
Yeah.
They know that voice did something wrong. Fire!
But like even in Brawl, he got a new voice then. So like, is it changed from that too? Does Fox's voice just keep changing?
Fox is having a very strange puberty.
What is time in fox years anyways? It just count as dog years?
Well, the funny thing is, like, they really kind of make you feel like he's brand new, because when he jumps off his ship in his video, like, they take a second to kind of give him the whole look over.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that he puts his head down, he's doing his jabs. Like, he's like, goes full on boxer for a second, and it's so fast that it's hard to kind of catch at first, but it's really silly.
But I mean, you look when he does his moves and you're like, yep, that's Fox, all right. Like, nothing's really changed there. He may look a little different. Just
other strange things, like, man, in every, like, promotional thing that I've ever seen for Fox, in every Smash, they make a lot of effort to make it look like his up B and his side B are moves to hit people on the stage with.
That's a good point.
You gotta hit him like that. Other interesting things to note is Shine, it looks to be kind of in between Smash 4 and Brawl in terms of where it knocks people back. In fact, it's very reminiscent, at least in the air. I don't know if it's on the stage, but in the air, it's very reminiscent to that illegal Children Party game mod.
Mm-hmm. It's like they continue to take references from it.
Like, I'm trying not to reference it all the time, but they're doing their best to make me not. And of course, we end off on his final smash, which is neat.
Yeah, no Landmaster.
And then we see Crystal the assist trophy.
Yeah.
Which it hangs on her for an extra second.
So again, not too much we can pull from the video, but you're right. If we go to the fighter page, those fingers. Those are some weird fingers.
It's a very uncanny valley kind of day.
Yeah, we can put it that way, certainly. The blaster looks much more detailed than I think it's ever needed to be.
It looks a little bit like the Halo 1 pistol.
I was thinking Halo, like, I'm glad you agree.
It's the black Halo 1 pistol. It's the ODST pistol.
if Fox said, like, come on, and then it's like Nathan Fillion's voice coming out of it. Come on.
So Fox's second image where you can kind of see his fangs as he's got this Jigglypuff in his hand. You're like, is he gonna eat him?
Oh my god. Jigglypuff looking like a snack.
He's just thinking, wait, he's gonna eat him. He's gonna pull that wolf from Star Atlas.
And I guess I've never really seen a close-up of, like, the after shadow that he leaves for the side B. Like, just to see it, like, frozen there. It's like, oh, okay, that's interesting to see the detail, I guess. Like, I never, like, focus on that being left behind. It's like, I'm always focusing, like, on where I need to go.
Right? It's weird to see Fox playing catch. And B,
it's my dog Peach! It's my dog Peach. I'll put in E3 2008 Cammy Dunaway on Woohoo Island there, Wii Sports Resort.
It's weird to see the memes, especially since they're...
I thought you were saying the memes. Yes, it is weird to see the memes. Absolutely.
But it is Fox's purple color?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not the last image either. It's like the third to last image. I'm just looking at him. It's like, I'm not totally sold on his shoes being purple. I know it's weird because it's purple color, but like that's not a great look.
That's also some weird shaped feet. Yeah, the frisbee does say Duck Hunt on it, so that's clearly from, Duck Hunt must be off stage, setting up that attack. It's just all the Sakurai, framing cinematic little tricks there. It's
really a strange. This is very unlike Smash 4. This model of Fox, because his feet are back to being metal, it looks like. Those boots are very metal feety.
As they should be in the original canon.
Yeah.
But also, Fox is going to get hit in the face with that frisbee, though.
No, he's catching it. He's playing a frisbee.
He's not putting his hand up in time, though.
He's going to catch it with his mouth.
He's going to get hit in the face.
He's going to get hit in the face.
He's not trained enough to catch it in his mouth. He's totally going to hit his dumb face. Yeah, his dog-like instinct, okay.
It's going to be uploaded to YouTube. His dog fails number 17.
Failblog.org or Fail Army or wherever you want to put that on there.
So those are some metal-looking feet, and then where he's kicking Marth in the face.
Yeah, that really accentuates it for sure.
weird that he kind of gets this weird purple laser thing coming out of his foot. It's really weird. I know it's there to accentuate the kicks, but
it's the jet propulsion to go.
Yeah, it's the G diffuser.
Yeah. all the more reason why his legs are mechanical. They can do those weird kind of things. And man, that last pick is... Could they not have come up with anything better? Like, literally anything better?
He's just looking at you.
It's like, oh shoot, we put a picture with him and Incineroar, like weird dog and weird cat. And we're like, no, we gotta sub it out. Put in anything on that last one.
Just keep an eye on it. That pick might change when Incineroar is released.
You never know. It could just, or you can go away entirely.
So we got a really weird update alongside Fox.
We sure did. Like, for the first time, if you've been looking at the Japanese blogs in particular, a lot of the characters have come along with flashback updates of the original games that they've come from, or at least games that they want to focus on. And for example, Lucario last week, it was timed up so that it was like, this is on the 12-year anniversary of when Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were released in Japan. And it's like, oh, well, gee, we maybe should have seen something like that coming. No anniversary seemingly, though, on this one, but it's the first U.S. blog appearance of today's flashback for Fox. Says he made his first appearance in Star Fox, released in 1993. Fox is the leader of the mercenary group Star Fox. He cares about his team and has a strong sense of justice. Fun fact, Star Fox was the first game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, TM, that featured 3D graphics. So yeah, we have flashback updates now. I don't know if this is just going to be like only for this week or this is now going forward, but it's a weird time to start.
But the memories tab is now useful.
It is. It certainly is, especially when the second picture is like the inside, the background story of what seems to be the manual, and it's all in Japanese. Yep. So
and Andros looks like Andros and not a weird metal face.
Yeah. How about that?
Because your head explode.
But yes, the Japanese Super Nintendo box art for Star Fox. So yeah, that's an interesting thing that got added this week for sure. But there's not much else to say about it, so let's move on to the last update of the week. For Thursday, October 4th, today's item, Pokemon Mimikyu. Mimikyu drags a nearby opponent under its rag. I guess I would have never called it a rag, but okay.
You're calling out Mimikyu for no good reason right now, man.
It drags him under the rag and attacks them. The opponent cannot move while captured by Mimikyu, and if they end up with more than 100% damage after the attack, they'll be instantly KO'd.
Well, that's terrifying.
It's just a little bit. Very reminiscent of, Great Cave Offensive if you hit those certain spots, or even the Bayonetta Final Smash. If you're over 100%, you're dead. He's ragging on the rag. Man, I'm not going to get over that. That's...
Dead on the rag.
Sheet! It's a ghost! It's a sheet, man!
It's rag.
Is Mimikyu on the rag? Shiny is it red? I don't know.
It's just a very strange Pokemon. I wonder if this works like a Golfin thing too, where like when you're inside of it, like the other fighters can also hit you.
That'd be interesting.
So you might, it's like, okay, I got eaten at 60%, I'll be fine. And then like Ike walks up and goes, prepare yourself. Like,
no. Warlock punch. Oh man, yeah, that's terrifying. I mean, 3 pictures. It's certainly, again, just for Dr. Mario to get grabbed like that. That's some range to get under that sheet.
Mario's on the rag.
Oh no, he can smell it out.
No.
Well, those sure were some updates this week. Let's keep an eye to see if we'll get another flashback next week, because it was only just for Fox. I mean, what about for Sheik? We didn't get a flashback to Ocarina of Time. I mean, maybe Ganondorf had that earlier or something like that. I don't know. So keep an eye out for that. I mean, we also got the other winning the prediction for the music update. So
yeah,
I'll carry on Tony's prediction and say Sonic, and we might as well keep going with Star Fox, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got Fox this week, so I'm like, at least now I got to try.
The chances have slightly increased on that front. Let's just say. Well, let's get to the mail time segment.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
You can ask Mailtime questions over on that Discord channel there over at showmeyournews.com/Discord. We have a whole section there for you to ask Mailtime questions, or you can tweet us at showmeyournews. This week's question comes from PhantomStar64. Besides Sora and Geno, which Square-Enix character would you like to see playable in Smash Bros. Ultimate? Bringing this one to the forefront because part of the speculation fun, I guess, this week is also who could the Square-actor be? What are the possible ranges of characters that Square Enix could represent if especially they are doing so much misinformation and throwing people off there at their headquarters? So certainly we've at least thought for a while that, Geno with the Mii Fighter costume in Smash Bros. 4, that certainly helps his case. Sora, there definitely throws in the Disney wrench there. Disney owns the franchise and the character, even though Square Enix publishes the game. Let's think of some other Square Enix characters that we would like to see. And, when that Square Enix character comes, is it going to be one of these characters that we mention?
Chibi Noctis.
From the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD on Nintendo Switch. No, I think Chrono from Chrono Trigger has an interesting possibility.
It's Goku.
It might as well be. If Goku's not going to get an Akira Toriyama designed character in Super Smash Brothers.
That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to get Goku in.
Yeah, right. There was also some talk this week about Lara Croft, since now Tomb Raider kind of falls under that banner. It would be an interesting mark for, video game history and things like that. Though I don't know which, version. Would they go a straight polygonal, PlayStation sort of design?
No, I don't think that. Honestly, I don't know many Square-Enix characters that aren't Final Fantasy characters.
Well, I'll throw out a couple more then. Let's say Slime from Dragon Quest, who is clearly distinguishable in Japan. And if we're talking about, Japanese-focused characters first, Slime could have the flexibility for a whole range of attacks. If you're talking about a main character from Dragon Quest, there are so many, it'd be very difficult to pick one. But Slime is the iconic character. So that'd be a big one. And there's some people who definitely push for Neku Sakuraba from The World Ends With You.
Yeah, World Ends With You.
That's another one where, the Switch version is coming out this week. So go pick up that if you're interested and want Neku in Smash or something like that. But he's another kind of Sora-like character as far as just general looks. I mean, he wouldn't play at all like him, certainly, but it would be another possibility there.
Do you think Tidus?
Do I think Tidus? I don't think another Final Fantasy character gets in. And it would be, just so tough, especially with, the music rights. And we're already so burned on, getting the 2 tracks and the only 2 tracks because of the limitations that Square Enix must have with the rights there. I think another Final Fantasy character would hurt that in a way. Not necessarily saying we're going to see another clone, whether it's Sephiroth or Zack, whatever for Cloud. If there were another Final Fantasy character, though,
it'd be Noctis.
It'd be either Noctis or Lightning.
I mean, I would definitely go with Noctis. I would not actually think Lightning would make it all the way there.
I mean, I agree with you. The recency of the Warp Strike, which you could do interesting things with, but Japan freaking loves Lightning, so there's also that. I mean, there's the rumors of Terra or another character like that. I think that's way too far-fetched.
Yeah. I mean, as far as recents go, it's 2013, but I mean, Drakengard 3 had 0.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's another one. You talk Drakengard. You talk of Yoko Taro games. 2B from Nier Automata.
Oh, yeah.
That would be another big one.
I would just be like, Bayonetta?
Once again.
If you look up Square Enix characters, interestingly enough, for some reason, Ed and Elric come up a lot.
What? Why?
I don't know why. Apparently, the Square Enix considers them their characters.
Okay. That's certainly something.
Hey, Agent 47.
Yeah, you know what? Well, I think Warner Brothers now owns technically the publishing rights for that property. Of course, we have to mention Bravely Default. We had, that render rumor a while back. A character from there would certainly be interesting, whether it's Agnes or another character.
Yeah, I'm still gonna put down on Noctis. Noctis makes the most sense.
Chloe Price from Life is Strange.
There you go.
No, God, no.
Yeah. Honestly, this is going to sound like really out there, I know, but if it's not going to be Noctis, I almost 100% have to say it's going to be Tifa Lockhart.
What? No.
No, the thing is, it comes from the fact that it's a Final Fantasy game that is already in Smash, which means they don't need any more music rights to kind of represent the character. They don't need any more stage rights to represent the character. Tifa makes more sense because she's kind of already a scrapper already, so she makes more sense to me over Noctis or any other Final Fantasy character. Cloud and Tifa are kind of the two big characters in the Final Fantasy area. 7 was just too much of a cultural phenomenon that I think that when it comes down to it, it would be easier to get Tifa than it would be for any other Square Enix character.
Man, I love Final Fantasy 15 though.
I'm sure you do, but if I had to throw down and say who's got a better shot, Tifa comes out ahead.
I think the Sakurai move is Slime from Dragon Quest. It's so big in Japan. You have 11 that's now out. It's iconic over there, and it has a shred of iconic nature over here as well. Granted, I would like to see Geno for that kind of Smash Brothers chapter in a way to close. I think Neku would be a very interesting pick, and I'd like to see Chrono, but I think the Sakurai WTF, respecting history, respecting Japan, I think the move is Slime, if it's not Geno.
If he can get one, I would rank Geno number 1 pick. So between Lime and Tifa, who would you think would be more likely?
Slime. Honestly, Slime. To put in another Final Fantasy VII character, I think that's just duplicating. Yeah, you're right. Would it be easiest to do? Sure, but it wouldn't make the most sense as far as like roster variation. Because with DLC, like this is where like you're taking chances. I mean, look at the DLC in Smash Brothers for Wii U. To take the chance and go with a character like Cloud, to take the chance with Bayonetta and Ryu as another example. These kind of chances to take on DLC, like this is where you kind of spread the roster's wings a little bit further.
I just see it as not as it's being Sakurai's choice is the problem. I see this as Squeenix being as Squeenix as they can. Because, I mean, yeah, I've already made the argument that we might see more Final Fantasy songs to come. Because we're still locked at 2. I just see Squeenix being this way enough that Slime has no chance. Like, I think Sakurai would choose Slime over Tifa. But if we were going to pull another Squeenix character, Geno and Tifa, to me, make the most sense. I think if Square Enix is trying to work so hard to hide a character, I don't think it's worth hiding Tifa that much. No hate against her, honestly, but thinking like that, and if it's going to be Sakurai's last hurrah, like Square Enix will bend over backwards to please him. They already did to put Cloud Strife in this goddamn game. Like, seriously. Sure. I don't know. It's a very interesting discussion, especially with all the Square Enix talk this week. You had to certainly
bring it up. That's for sure. So thank you for the question, Phantom Star 64. Well, that'll do it this week on a shorter, I'm sure, episode of Show Me Your News Ultimate. But we can talk about all sorts of Smash related things and make hopefully a good listen for you all. So thank you for listening, whether it's live or on podcast services around the globe and on YouTube at Show Me Your News. Anything you want to apply? I know there were a couple things here we wanted to talk about. Yeah. First, let's give a shout out to Cosmic.
Yes, Cosmic, man, that he is a speedrunner in Super Mario Brothers, and within 8 days of each other, he took the world record for Super Mario Brothers any percent, which is using every glitch possible. And I don't even know how he pulled off every one frame sub-pixel trick that he did to get what is, I think, only one frame rule from TAS. He is one frame rule from getting a perfect run. That's
unbelievable. And it was like one of his earlier tries too.
Yeah, he was just trying to get through his thing, and he's just trying to, get the flagpole glitch in 1-1. Then he just okay, once he got the glitch, he's like, let's make a run out of it, and it became the world record. But then 8 days later, he does the glitchless percent run, where he has to make none of those sub-pixel tricks, but somehow pull together every last just perfect bit of the run. In some cases, the fidelity you need to have with holding forward and back to make some of the jumps, especially when hitting the warp zones, is ludicrous. And it sounds like when he was going through it, he was theory crafting how he was going to make his movement work, and was able to pull it off the first time. So, shout outs for Cosmic, and I love the speedrunning scene, so just seeing all of that go through was just icing on the cake that he was able to pull glitchless as well.
For sure. Shout outs to him. That's just amazing. Super, what are you playing?
I have been playing Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
I have not picked up Pyro Warriors this week.
Hey, good for you.
Right? It's like an addiction. You're weaning yourself off.
I hear you. I get you.
I've been playing some Hollow Knight this week. Made it to the Mantis Lords. Do you know who they are?
No, honestly, I just started it this week too, and I maybe got an hour in. I didn't get that far at all. It's a pretty darn well put together game.
They're pretty just straight down deep. You find a little village, and they're made of warriors, and they're fast and stuff like that. And I made it through their little tricks and got my wall jump item. Wall jumping is weird in that game.
Yeah, I bet.
It just doesn't feel super as intuitive, but you kind of get used to what it's trying to make you do. Plus, you kind of get a Mega Man X wall slide, so that's fun. But then you keep working your way down, and you find these Mantis Lords. And they're not easy, but once you lose to them, and you're like, all right, I'm going to go back to that, beat him up. There's a character standing outside that wasn't there before, and he's just like, those guys are hard. You should not come here until you power up your weapons. But, you can go and fight them again. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to go fight them again.
I got this.
And then I got it. I beat him on my 4th try.
Nicely done.
When you thought you win, no. It gets much harder.
Oh, dear.
And much longer.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, you're going to have a time.
Well, in the meantime, I am playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey a whole lot. I'm already 6 hours into that game, just within a day of release date. That game's super fun. If you really liked Origins, you need to pick up Odyssey. It's that, but better. Cassandra is better than Alexios. Real talk. That's not even a hot take. That's just fact. But no, the game is super good. I'm playing on easy, so I don't expect any of that, grindy stuff that you're hearing about and all the microtransactions and people having complaints about. Yeah, no problems so far on easy. Get at me.
Oh. There is one last thing. I did play a couple rounds of Super Mario Party last night.
Oh, nice. That just came out too.
Yes, it did. It is... It's interesting. It's a more streamlined Mario Party experience than the N64 games or the GameCube games. There has to be something to say about how they handled the AI this time. It is lazy and infuriating.
Oh no.
The AI is not any more difficult to deal with in the minigames. Does not make any kind of different decisions, whether it's easy, normal, or hard. The difference is how much the game cheats.
Aw, man.
Everything that is random is not random. They will get the luckiest answer. Every time. They will get the best item on a random roll. They will get the best everything on a random roll. And trust me, this gets noticeable. We did a quick 10-turn game. By turn 6, we were just like, this is bullshit. We were all working together to stop the computer. We had given up trying to win individually. We had chosen somebody else on our team to be the winner. And everything we did was to stop Waluigi.
Oh, of course it's Waluigi.
We chose Waluigi because it had to be Waluigi.
Had to be.
And there was no doing. He lost every game, but on the map, everything worked out in his favor. Everything. The star position. He got the golden pipe, which takes you straight to the star. He kept on landing on spaces that gave him, like, really good dice roll allies, which is a new thing for this game as far as I know. And then, like, at the end, we're just like, all right, cool. Like, we were able to keep Waluigi down. It's 2 stars. Waluigi's got 1 star. You know, our guy has 60 coins to Waluigi's 3. And then the end of game stars happen. And they're just kind of like, who's got the most friends? Waluigi does. He kept on landing on those spaces, and the friends make him move around this page. Oh, okay. Well, who moved around the most? You're fucking with me.
No.
Yeah. He got every single one of the random star chances.
Well, I mean, I was going to ask, like, is it good that it's, back to basics kind of thing, but that just sounds not fair.
Yeah, you play Super Mario Party with your friends, and if the AI has to be there, you throw them on normal or easy, because hard is not worth playing.
Well, that's a little disappointing to hear. But good overall, like solid.
Yeah, solid experience. Mini games are fun.
Okay, that's good to hear.
It's definitely it definitely has some areas though that it needed to improve. Especially like the online is absolute trash and garbage.
Well, that's not a surprise.
I know, but holy crap, you will be surprised of how trash and garbage they were able to push it. They had to actively try to make it as bad as it is. The single player also only has like 4 boards on it. You know, it has a whole bunch of other features and games you can do, but the main party mode only has 4 boards, and they're really small, which is strange. Overall, the whole package is, this is the best Mario Party in years, but you probably won't play it very often. Yeah,
there's certainly a long way to go, I'm sure. And one more thing, I also beat episode 2 of The Walking Dead, the final season from Telltale.
Yeah, episode final.
Yeah, I hope they find some way to finish that game and pay the employees that got laid off and screwed royally. I hope there's some way, because
you bet you read the more recent story, didn't you?
I mean, depends what you're talking about.
The skeleton crews got fired.
Well, yeah, the skeleton crews got fired, but they're also trying to look for some other team to hire the team back and hire them on and finish the work without them. So, like, if they can find some partner that's willing to do that, that would be great. Because, man, that's a bummer of a cliffhanger to end on. Not gonna lie. And like, episode 2 was, Tony and I were chatting about it, and we're like, oh man, like, this is great. This is such a shame. Like, they're doing really cool things, good callbacks to the first season. It's all honestly like, you could play season 1 and then go right to this, and you'd be fine. So yeah, I hope that works out. But anyway, as far as Super Smash Bros. Goes, we'll try to keep you guys posted if we're going out to Ann Arbor next Saturday. If you're in that area, hey, hit us up and we'll try to meet up, and maybe we'll play some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That'd be really cool. All right. Well, for Super, you can find him on Twitter at SolHarath. I am on Twitter at Pete Speakeasy. I hope Tony gets better. Find him on Twitter and cheer him up at TonyTH_GHH. For everyone, I'm Youko. We'll see you next time. We're out. Show me your news.